Hello everyone, I'm back with another video for the mathematics syllabus for CBSE for the session 2022-23. So I hope it's going to be a useful video for you because I'll be telling you about all the deletions and the additions made in the syllabus this year. The first unit is of number systems and we have real numbers as the first chapter of the book. The syllabus that was previously there included Euclid's division lemma, the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, statements after reviewing work done earlier and after illustrating and motivating through examples, proofs of irrationality of root 2, root 3, and root 5, decimal representation of rational numbers in terms of terminating and non-terminating recurring decimals. So this all was there initially. In 2021, there was no change as such, but in 21-22, there was a slight change wherein first and foremost, the Euclid's division lemma was completely deleted in 21-22, right? After that, more of the proofs of irrationality of root 2, root 3, and root 5, they were also deleted from the syllabus, as you can see. In 22-23, now the Euclid's division lemma is completely gone, but the proofs of irrationality of root 2, root 3, and root 5 have been added, if you can see. So I just cut this. What more? If you see, compare the syllabus of 2021 and 22-23, this is no longer there. The decimal representation of rational numbers in terms of terminating, non-terminating, and recurring decimals, this is not there. So if we just summarize the whole thing, in the chapter of real numbers, this year, the Euclid's division lemma is no longer there, and the decimal representation of rational numbers in terms of terminating, non-terminating, recurring decimals, that has also been deleted. So two things deleted. So quite major portion of the chapter has been deleted. We come to the next unit, the unit of algebra. And you all must be knowing that there are three chapters in the unit 2 of algebra. First, polynomials, second, quadratic equations, and third is of arithmetic progression. Now, the zeros of the polynomial, relationship between zeros and the coefficients of quadratic polynomials, statement and simple problems on division algorithm for polynomials with real coefficients. This was the syllabus earlier, right? Now in 2020-21, there was no change. In 21-22, if you see the statement and simple problems on division algorithm of polynomials with real coefficients is no longer there, right? Same continues for the year 2022-23. This has gone. So if you just see in the tabular form, in the year 2022-23, the statement and simple problems on division algorithm for polynomials with real coefficients is not there. Let us come to the second chapter of the unit algebra. Now, this was a long chapter. It has 6 exercises in the NCERT book, followed by an optional exercise. The pair of linear equations and 2 variables and graphical method of solution, consistency, inconsistency. Algebraic conditions for number of solutions, solution of a pair of linear equations and 2 variables algebraically, by substitution, by elimination, and by cross multiplication method. Simple situation problems, simple problems on equations reducible to linear equations. Now, all this was the pre-COVID times. There was no change made in 2021. For 21-22, if you see, this by cross multiplication and by cross multiplication method, this was deleted in 2021-22. Then what more was deleted? In the session 22-23, there is more to be deleted, simple problems on equations reducible to linear equations. This has also been deleted. So if you see carefully, there are 2 things that are gone. Simple situation problems are only there, but simple problems on equations reducible to linear equations, they are no longer there. Cross multiplication is no longer there. So again, in the tabular form, if you see, 2 things deleted. One, cross multiplication method, and the other is the equations reducible to linear equations. They are also no longer there in syllabus. We had a standard form of the quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Solutions of quadratic equations for only real roots by the factorization and using the quadratic formula. The relationship between the discriminant and the nature of the roots. The situational problems based on quadratic equations related to day-to-day activities to be incorporated. Now in 2020-21, there was no change made, but in 21-22, the problems on equations reducible to quadratic equations are to be excluded. They were excluded. That means that For 21-22, this was to be excluded. But in 22-23, this statement is not there. Can you see it is not there? So it means that this time this has been added. So the equations, the problems on equations reducible to quadratic equations are now included in the chapter of quadratic equations. So let us see the tabulated form. In 2022, this has been added up, right? Let us go to the third chapter of algebra, the arithmetic progressions. Again, motivation for studying the arithmetic progression, very important topic. AP has a lot of real life applications. So this was to be required to be done. So simple questions related to that were to be asked. Derivation of the nth term and the sum of the first n terms of an AP, that derivation and their application in solving the daily life problems. So this was there in the year 2021. In 21-22, if you see, the motivation for studying arithmetic progression is there. Derivation for the nth term and the sum of the first n terms and their applications in solving the daily life problems is there. But applications based on sum to n terms of an AP are excluded. This was excluded in 21-22, but in 22-23, this is not there. That means that again in 22-23, this has been added back, right? So ensure that the applications of the questions, the word problems based on sum of n terms is to be done by you this time. So again, if you see, application in solving the daily life problems based on sum to n terms, this is now in your syllabus. We come to the third unit, the coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry chapter has the concepts of coordinate geometry, graphs of linear equations, distance formula, section formula, and the area of triangle. This was there in the pre-COVID times, but in 2021, the area of triangle, this was deleted from the syllabus. Distance formula and section formula were there. In 21-22, again, it remains same. And 22-23, again, there is no change. So just in the year 2023, from the complete chapter, the only thing not to be done is area of a triangle, right? Geometry portion was one lengthy chapter with quite a few exercises, many questions to be done, many theorems, important basic proportionality theorem, its converse, then the area theorem, then the Pythagoras theorem, and similarity. Many things were there. If you see, all this was there. There was no change in this in 2021, exactly same. But in 21-22, what they did, the proof of, if you just compare the 7th point, it's written prove here, and it is written motivate here. Here it was prove, and here it is motivate. So I just underline this. So in the complete, the proof of the theorem was not to be done in the session 21-22. Again, the 9th point, if you see here also, it was prove the converse of Pythagoras theorem. This was to be proved in the session 20-21, but in the session 21-22, you are getting motivate here. Can you see the word motivate written here? So motivate means that the proof is not to be done, but yes, the applications are to be, application of this theorem will be there. In 22-23, a huge cut, complete 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, all these points are deleted. That means you don't need to do the theorem if a perpendicular is drawn from the vertex of a right angle triangle to the hypotenuse. The triangles on each side of the perpendicular are similar to the whole triangle and to each other. This is deleted. Again, ratio of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the ratio of the squares of the corresponding sides. This theorem is also deleted. The Pythagoras theorem and its converse, they're also deleted. So not even the proof nor the questions related to them. That means the last two exercises are completely not to be done. The exercise based on the Pythagoras theorem and the exercise based on the theorem that the ratio of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to ratio of the squares of the corresponding sides. They all need not be done. That means 6th gone, 7th gone, 8th gone, 9th gone. So what all has been deleted now? If you see in the session 22-23, complete all these 4 theorems, they are no longer there as a part of your syllabus. Okay. Geometry circles, no change. You had two theorems and the applications. Number one, the tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius to the point of contact. Number two, the lengths of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. Both these theorems are still there. These two theorems will be there. So no deletion in the chapter 10 of the geometry portion. Geometry had the chapter of constructions also. There are 3 chapters in geometry unit. Number 1, triangles. Number 2, circles. And number 3 is the constructions. Now, constructions had 3 basic parts. 1, division of a line segment in a given ratio. And then the tangents to a circle from a point outside it. And the construction of a triangle similar to a given triangle. Now, changes done. 2021, no change. 21-22. This was gone. Construction of a triangle similar to a given triangle gone. But in 22-23, the entire chapter has been deleted. The chapter of construction is no longer in your syllabus. 21-22, only this third point, the construction of similar triangle was deleted. But in 22-23, the entire chapter has been deleted. I hope it is clear. Let us come to the tabulated form. So the entire chapter is deleted. You need not do this chapter. So now you'll be having only 14 chapters instead of 15 in your community. We come to the 5th unit, the unit of trigonometry. Again, it is divided into 2 parts. One is the introduction to trigonometry, and the other is the applications, some applications of trigonometry. In the first chapter of trigonometric ratios, you have the acute angles of a right angle triangle, proof of their existence, well defined. Motivate the ratios which are defined at 0 degree and 90 degrees. Values of trigonometric ratios of 30 degree, 45 degree, and 60 degrees. Relationships between the 2 ratios. The trigonometric identities, this is the one main identity, and based on them, you have the other 2 identities also. They are going to be taken up. Then the trigonometric ratios of complementary angles, this was also there. Only thing that was deleted from the chapter in 2021 was the trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. This was deleted. So this was no longer there. Again, same thing went here also in 21-22. Also, if you see, this was deleted. It motivate the ratios whichever are defined at 0 degrees and 90 degrees. This was not there. But again, in 22-23, it is back. So this is no longer cut. It is there. So let us see it in the tabulated form. This has been deleted. The trigonometric ratios of complementary angles still not there. But the motivates the ratios which are defined at 0 degree and 90 degrees. This is also to be done. Right now, let us come to the second chapter of the unit 5 for trigonometry. Some applications of trigonometry. No change in that. The complete chapter is still there. So I don't think so. It needs more explanation. No deletion in this. Unit 6 of mensuration. Again, there are 2 chapters. Number 1, areas related to circles, wherein the syllabus was motivate the area of a circle, area of sector, segments of circle, problem based on areas and perimeter, circumference of the above set plane figures. Then in calculating area of the segment of the circle, problems should be restricted to central angles of 60, 90, and 120 only. And plane figures involving triangles, simple quadrilaterals, and circles should be taken. So this was the syllabus earlier. 2021, there is no change. 21-22, there was a slight change, that this and 120 only. This was not there if you compare 60 and 90 only. But now for this year, it has been added, right? So this has been added now, and 120 is very much in syllabus. Now, if you compare this 2021-22 and 22-23, you will also see that this line is missing. Plane figures involving triangles, simple quadrilaterals, and circles should be taken. So I can also say that this portion has also been deleted. So if you look at in the tabulated form, we have now area related to circles. Deleted portion is plane figures involving triangles, simple quadrilaterals, and circles. That means a combination of plane figures is not in syllabus. What is added is the problem on central angle of 120 degrees, which was not there last year. Okay. In the chapter of surface area and volumes, there is a lot of deletion. Earlier, the syllabus had the surface and volumes of the combinations of any two of the following solids: tube, cuboid, sphere, hemisphere, right circular, cylinders or cones, and the frustum of the cone. Also, it had important problems involving the conversion of one type of metallic solid into the other and other mixed problems. The problems with combination of not more than two different solids were to be taken. For 2021, there was not any change. But in 21-22, the frustum of the cone was deleted, right? This frustum of the cone was deleted. Apart from that, the complete thing was there. But in 22-23, this has also gone. So no conversions, only simple calculation of the surface area and volume of the combinations is going to be asked. So huge deletion I feel from this chapter. Again, if you see in the tabulated form, frustum of the cone is not coming, and the problems involving converting one type of metallic solid into other and other mixed problems, they are no longer in the syllabus. Statistics, Unit 7, again it has two chapters, statistics and probability. Chapter 1, statistics, had mean, median, mode of the group data and the cumulative frequency graph. It was all there for the session 2021. 21-22 saw that the cumulative frequency graph was gone. Also the mean by the direct method and the assumed mean method only. So the step deviation method was not to be done. This year they've not stated anything, means that the step deviation method is to be done this time. So if you see, the step deviation method has been added and the cumulative frequency graph has been deleted. So I'll just take you to the last chapter, probability, the definition of probability and simple problems of finding the probability of an event. Complete chapter is still there as it was earlier. So no change in the chapter, no deletion at all. So this is the chapter wise discussion that we have done. Now, if you see, this is the complete list for real numbers. Again, deleted portion includes Euclid's division lemma and the decimal representation of rational numbers in terms of terminating, non-terminating, recurring decimals. In polynomials, statement and simple problems on division algorithm for polynomials is deleted. In the pair of linear equations, cross multiplication method deleted, and simple problems reducible to linear equations also deleted. Quadratic equations, situational problems based on equations reducible to quadratic equations have been added, right? Arithmetic progression, applications and solving daily life problems based on sum to n terms has been added. The two chapters where they have been added up. Next, in the deleted portion for triangles, I told you the 4 important results have been deleted completely from your syllabus. You need not do them. Coordinate geometry, the area of triangle has been deleted. Introduction to trigonometry motivates the ratios whatever are defined at 0 degree and 90 degrees, they are to be done. And the trigonometric ratios of complementary angles are still not there. Some applications of trigonometry, no deletion. Circles, there's no deletion. Constructions, the entire chapter has been deleted. Areas related to circles, as I told you, plane figures involving the triangles, simple quadrilaterals and circles. The combination of plane figures is not in syllabus, but yes, the problems on central angle of 120 degrees, they have been added. For surface area and volumes, the deleted portion is the frustum of a cone and the problems involving converting one type of metallic solid into another and other mixed problems. They are also not in syllabus. Statistics, the second last chapter, what is added is step deviation method for finding the mean. That has been added because it was not mentioned in the syllabus that it is not to be done. That means it has to be done this time. And what is deleted is the cumulative frequency graph. The OJA is that is not to be done. Probability, there is no deletion. The complete chapter is to be done. So I hope that I have covered up all the changes made in the syllabus, and do let me know if you have found this video useful. And of course, if you've not subscribed to the channel, do it right away. Keep watching and be ready for more videos for the session 22-23. Thank you.